Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted. I am your host, Roger Hunt, and today we have a very exciting episode, another exciting guest with us, I should say, none other than Zachary Morrow. He's the founder, CEO, and developer of Zbowz Memphis Fashion. And welcome to the show, Zach. It's a pleasure to have you here. And just so you all know, we have followed all of CDC guidelines for COVID-19, that we've been temperature checked and measured and COVID tested and all of that. So we want you to know that we are safe, although we're kind of close, but we have, properly been tested and everything. So Zach, again, welcome to the show. It is a pleasure seeing you again. It's a pleasure having you on the show. So we're going to get right into the conversation here.
Okay.
Fashion. I understand that you've done a lot of different things in your career. You started off in college as a business major. Is that correct?
Correct. Before that, it was an attorney. I was going for an attorney, actually. I started doing legal classes.
Okay.
And I actually changed into business administration.
Okay, great, man. Okay. So from business, from being, I guess, in the law, speak up, and then the law and everything.
Yes.
And then going into the business side of things.
Right.
Tell us, what led you to go off into the fashion world? Because that seems like from attorney to business major, business administration, and now into the fashion. I mean, how many years ago was that, too?
That was like 15, 20 years ago, actually.
15, 20 years. Man, you look like you that old. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm just, we got to have some fun here.
Absolutely.
So, but, you look good then.
Well,
15, 20 years, man,
Yes.
and you still... Well, you look like a fashion guru and a model and everything. You look nice and everything what you have on, so you're rocking it well. So I'll give you that. That's dope what you got on.
I like the bow tie.
There you go. Zbowz, bow ties. And
Right,
matter of fact, you did some stuff for me, but we're going to get to that as well.
Of course.
So you're in the fashion industry now. And how long you have been doing that? You said 23 years?
Yeah, I've been doing that 23 years.
So tell us a little bit about that journey since you left out of the business administration realm, though, but how did you get started? What made you get started into that?
Well, working at a department store, and I started with that, and I grew from working in that department store on to where I'm at now, and I'm still doing retail. So I've been doing retail at least about 20 plus years, actually.
So 20 plus years. So
Yes.
I guess in the clothing departments, and I guess in different areas to kind of
Right.
get you up to par and the speed to the different fashions. So I mean,
Correct.
was seeing different styles, I guess, over the years, is that one of the things that got you to really want to do that?
Yes, it was the style, and then I've always subscribed to GQ magazines, because that was my second Bible. So
The second Bible. What's your first Bible? What's your first Bible?
It's the Holy Bible.
So the first Bible is the Holy Bible.
Holy
Okay,
Bible.
so we're going to make that clear. The first Bible is the Holy Bible.
Right.
The second Bible was
It's
GQ.
GQ magazine.
GQ magazine.
I've been subscribing to them ever since I was young.
And they do got some dope outfits in there too. So they really got some nice outfits in there
Right.
with the trends and everything. So now we're in the department stores. We're at some of the major department stores that are out there. A lot of people know who they are, though. Was there a point in time that you said, you know what, looking at these different clothes, I can probably do that on my own?
Of course, I was visioning and trying to figure out what I want to do, because I didn't want to be in retail punching the clock from 9 to 5. I wanted my own. I wanted to experience on the outside. I've seen Fashion Week in New York on television. So I just wanted to actually just experience that, trying to come up with ideals, different avenues as far as seeing what I can do to make money also. Because fashion is all about, you can make money in fashion too as well, but it's a fun and learning experience at the same time.
Okay, so let's go into, we got Milan, you got Paris, you got over in Europe, the different fashion, New York fashion, LA Fashion Week, you got Memphis Fashion Week, all these different fashion New York, of course, New York being one of the big ones. Miami, you know, I'm just naming some of the major, you know, local cities, but then you got your international fashion shows that goes on. So have you attended any of those, or you know, in order to get more ideas and different concepts to help you with your various designs, in which we're going to talk about as well? I mean, have you attended some of these different fashion shows?
Well, I went to a Memphis Fashion Week the year before, because last year was the pandemic and they had to cancel. But I broadcast from Memphis Fashion Week, and I should have some colleagues that actually they're probably looking, and they've seen me there in Fashion Week. But that was actually my first time going to Fashion Week in Memphis Fashion Week, and it was just a great experience. I mean, I really learned quite a bit, and I've I really kind of just learned quite a bit and learned different people and met quite a bit of people who were in fashion that I did not know Memphis had.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So, and I think sometimes people look at fashion as just the clothing part of it, but you know, what about hair, makeup, the glam squad? You know, doing the hair to match the outfits, your fingernails, and your feet, and all of that. What are some of the things that, as a fashion guru consultant, that you look for when you're dressing your models and things of that nature?
Well, I just look for just the personality first, to get a feel of what the personality of the person first. And then I go from the personality, and then I go into their attitude and see what colors will fit their character and everything. And after I do that, then I just get familiar with what they already have in their closet, the colors they have, and everything.
Those who are designers per se, they try to fit, again, the personality with the outfits in which they're going to have that particular model wear. Only because some designers' clothes are not suited for every model. So they try to pick that particular model, whether it's something to deal with the height or just the style, depending on that particular individual. If they're going to be suitable to wear that. So, and then some people say, well, I want to wear this designer's clothing. And the designer may say, no, I don't want you to wear it. You know, I don't want to. You know what I mean? So it's really up to that designer who's gonna. You know, I think sometimes, you know, they pick and choose, you know, who they want to wear or to rock their particular style. So in doing that, and you mentioned, you know, I guess the color. You know, talking about the color to fit the, I guess, the overall appearance of the person as well. The favorite color. So I mean, I guess I didn't think that would be a big deal, a big issue.
Yes, because a lot of people have a favorite color that they normally wear. I always ask my clients, what's your favorite color? And they always say, well, my favorite color is blue. So I try to incorporate that color of their favorite color into their wardrobe. And then so they would be able to actually wear it a little bit more because it's their favorite color, actually.
Because that's what I'm saying. I mean, in the fashion shows, and I think it's awesome that they're doing this, and even on television, you know, you see plus size. You used to think, in what you just said, that they look for the skinny models, but now I'm seeing designers switch over to the plus size models, whether it be male or female, only because not everyone is a size 3 or 4. So if I'm going to appeal, now they may build their clothes to appeal to a certain, you know, size, but if I'm going to reach the masses, and maybe they don't want to reach the masses, tell me if I'm wrong, you know, but I think some people, you know, and plus size, male and female, they can rock it just as well as a person that's a size 3 too, you know. So, and I like to see the diversity now that we see in our I guess in the fashion world. I mean, not all fashion shows have the plus sizes, but there's some shows for the small and the plus size models, and I think that's great that they do that, to have the inclusion, especially in today's society and the times that we're in now, that you have the inclusion of the plus size models, because I think that's very important. And they pull it off very well too, you know.
Of course.
So, of course, on television, when you see different talent on TV, you know, you're seeing all kind of diverse types of people and sizes and everything. So it really doesn't matter. I think that's good that even the marketers are starting to see that now, that we got to appeal. We want to appeal to all people of all sizes and shapes and races and ethnicities and what have you. So I guess for you, your clientele, and we're going to talk about a little about the clientele. Who are your clientele? Who do you design for?
Well, my clientele is mostly pastors and ministers. I do have quite a lot of clients who are attorneys. I have other clients who actually are teachers. But my big clients are everyday people for weddings.
Okay.
I do a lot of weddings. So, and I know that especially for the grooms and for the groomsmen, they want a certain color. So I design that suit for that wedding group, that wedding party. They give me an ideal, and I come up with an ideal of the colors that they want. And with their colors, I just actually run it by them to see if this color is okay. If it is, and they're excited about it, we go forward and try and go into the design center and try to actually get it done. Yeah.
So in trying to get a piece designed for a particular client, and I understand your client, you say ministers, pastors, groomsmen, stuff like that. And you're doing mostly men right now?
Yeah, I'm doing mostly men.
Mostly men?
Yes.
Okay. How long, and I guess it really is going to depend on what type of garment you're putting together for that particular individual or a group of people. How long does it normally take for you to put an outfit together?
Well, normally just to put it together, the colors, it only takes at least about 15-20 minutes, but to design it takes at least about maybe 5 to 6 weeks actually, max.
Okay, so 5 to 6 weeks, so that's actually the stitching, or you're doing
the stitching and tailoring.
So you're doing all that for them, getting the measurements, and oh wow, so up to 6 weeks. So I'm still waiting on my designer, tailor.
Of course, that's coming.
You know, so
it's coming soon.
So we're praying that you're gonna be one of our sponsors, and we do some things together. So we're talking about that as well. So tell me, with your designs and everything that you do, we talked a little bit about you doing some stuff in the ATL area.
Yes.
Of course, we know Memphis. You've done some bow ties for me.
Yes.
That's one of my fashionable traits of my bow ties.
Right, your bow ties.
And they're nice bow ties, by the way. So tell us, other than suits, your shoes you mentioned, or you design the shoes, or you?
I design the shoes. I don't make the shoes. I just design them. I do have a manufacturing company that actually makes the shoes. I just design it on my laptop. Yeah.
Okay, then you send that particular custom order.
Well, I designed it myself, and then I actually send it over to the manufacturing company, and they take a look to make sure everything is okay. And they'll design the shoe right there for me, one pair, to make sure it's okay. And then I just have that shoe in my store.
So you're doing a custom tailored shoe for a custom tailored outfit,
right?
Now, how long does it take for to get a shoe?
Well, shoes now that comes from Italy, so normally it takes at least about a month for the shoe to come in.
Okay, for the month for the shoe.
Yeah.
So from an Italian design type of shoe to let's say what type of material you're using to design a fashionable suit or tailor, what type of is it high-end wool or linen
it's the 100% wool. I do have 130 fine wool too also. Then I have wool blend, which give you, just in case anybody has outside events, they can wear the suit on the outside. And I have linen as well.
Okay, now is there such a thing as a summer wool or
summer wool? Okay. We have summer wool. We have summer wool that has a little variety of the material silk that's in that wool to kind of make it more of a breathable.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Especially during the summer when it gets hot, and somebody still want to put on a suit, a tailored suit.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this: are you seeing more regular fit? When I say this, for style, people who know is either regular fit or slim fit or skinny fit or the European cut that I see a lot of people, especially with the men, they got the European fit. What are you designing most of these?
Mostly right now, I'm designing suits. Mostly I'm designing suits. And I'm trying to get to the design of, a lot of people are wanting to do jogging suits too as well, where you have the jacket, and I am starting to do that too.
Okay.
I got a client that actually wants a jogging suit with the same material, but it will be more of a jogging suit style, so kind of sporty a little bit.
Okay, so now you're trying to, so now, and that's another thing with the outdoor fashion, and I guess with people working from home a lot now,
Absolutely.
the comfortability of people just being in casual, relaxing, I guess, workout attire, because if you can, if I could design a jogging outfit or something comfortable and fashionable that I can wear at home. So you're thinking about doing that, or you're trying to, or have you already started?
Well, I have already, I'm kind of working on it. I'm actually just going in, looking my scrapbook and trying to design some things, trying to come up with something new every time, because fashion changes almost every day. So you really have to come up with good, new, improved ideas that everybody will catch on with, and once they catch on with, actually, they normally people will say, "Oh, I love this color. I love this design. This is something new nobody else has."
So let me ask you this: you left, you finished your schooling,
Yes.
and then you get to the point that, you know what, I'm just gonna break off into fashion. Didn't know if it was gonna work or not for you. Didn't know. So you took a chance and went to fashion. Was there a point of time that you thought, "What the heck am I doing this for?" Is it, because I'm sure it probably started off kind of slow for you. I mean, was there ever a time that you doubted yourself and why you were doing this? And
well, at a certain time I a little bit did, because I was like, well, what am I doing? Because I kept going back, like, do I need to be business administration, business management? But actually, fashion is still, you can still do the business part of fashion. There's a business part of fashion.
But especially if you're running your own business, and it's just learning having the ins and outs
of course,
being an administrator and running the business of your own organization, you know.
Well, just a little bit, but I really actually kind of grew into fashion more, and learning the bad and the good of fashion. But really, basically, everybody has their own opinion. People are, sometimes people may like what you do or what you put together, and some people may not. And I was to that point at first that I thought that, my plan or my ideal was always correct. But customers and consumers and clients would tell you, no, I don't like this, or this is not my color, this is not my flavor, or this is not what I wear, I want this and want that. Some people get used to it, to what they actually wear. So
Gotcha.
to answer your question, it's actually, I kind of did one time.
And I'm assuming that too, people think because they get in this industry, I'm going to make a bunch of money right off the bat. And I know there's money in fashion. And once you get your name out there, your label, and I mean, once you get to the point that, I mean, you're still building 23 years in the industry, but you just keep going. And do you look for the money, or you just say the money will come?
Well, I've always said the money will come. Yeah, the money will come. I always say that. I never just look at it as money. I look at it as just an experience that I love and enjoy what I do. Yeah.
So you're enjoying, so you're enjoying the ride that you're going on.
Correct.
The ups and downs.
The ups and downs.
And like I said, there's constantly, in the fashion world, constantly changing trends.
It's changed
all the time. You can have something out today, and the next thing you know, here goes something else.
Right.
That's going to hit the market.
Right.
So how soon? Let's say right now, it's summertime. Are we going to be starting fall fashion soon, or are we going to be?
Well, New York have already started fashion, the new fall fashion.
Fall fashion.
2022.
For 22. So
yes, they have already started.
Oh, wow. So they're a whole year ahead of,
Correct.
because of the things that are to come out. So they're selling things, they're getting ready for the following year.
Right.
So, and again, we had this pandemic that kind of delayed a lot of stuff.
It delayed a lot of stuff.
And now that we have to kind of jump ahead to the next year, because once we get back to quote unquote somewhat of a normalcy, we'll probably already be into the next year anyway. So
correct.
Let's start working on those trends and fashions for the 2022 year.
Right.
So that's interesting. As far as staffing, you have any staff, or is it just you that's working with you right now?
Well, right now it's just me. I'm a one-man job, actually. I'm a one-man person. I go from makeup artist to also, I didn't tell you about that.
Okay.
But I just actually started doing that.
Okay.
So I'm a one-man show right now.
So one-man show. How you funded? How you funded? Self-funded or?
Well, I am self-funded. One of my sponsors is where I actually reside and work at.
Okay.
They're one of my sponsors, and there are some people and colleagues that work with me, definitely sponsor, and then I have some people in my congregation at the church. They definitely sponsor what I do. They've always supported and sponsored me.
Okay, well, awesome.
Yeah,
So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to kind of wrap it up and everything, and kind of let the people know how they can get a hold of you, put your handles out there on social media,
okay,
and all that. So we'll be right back. You've been watching Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted. I am your host, Roger Hunt, and with me, Zbowz of Memphis, is Zachary Morrow. We'll be right back.
Join us here on Preach the Word Network on Fridays at 2 p.m. for Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted. Host Roger Hunt will explore the lives of others in many arenas of our society with discussions that will inform, inspire, encourage, and enlighten those who we interact with in our daily lives, featuring topics from the news, experts in their field, and great entertainment. Join us for Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted, Fridays at 2 p.m. on Preach the Word Network.
Welcome back to Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted. I am your host, Roger Hunt. I'm having a great time here with my boy Zachary Morrow of Zbowz Memphis here in Memphis, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And Zach, I wanted to ask the question specifically, with the pandemic going on, how has this, through this adversity, how has this really affected your business? Like I know with some other businesses it may have affected them, but has the pandemic really affected Zbowz of Memphis?
Well, the first beginning 6 months, it did kind of slow down a little bit. Most of the country was shut down, so
okay.
A lot of people didn't go to work, and a lot of people were getting used to staying at home. Okay. So it was like the world, the United States kind of stopped a little bit. So that kind of slowed down a lot of people trying to get out, buying stuff and purchasing stuff.
Okay, yeah, right. The department stores were closed and things,
right.
And nowhere really to dress up and go to anything.
True. That's true.
Because nothing was open.
Nothing was open.
You say the world was shut down. Sporting, fashion, everything was shut down.
Absolutely.
Companies as a whole. So now that we're kind of slowly getting back to some normalcy, if you want to call it that, what are the plans for? I guess we're still 2021, 2022. Do you have any futuristic plans for Zbowz Memphis?
Well, I see more of getting into the community.
Okay.
Trying to help our young, thriving youth want to actually have a positive in trying to find something for them to do.
Okay.
And one thing is a lot of people are doing schools, but I wanted to do more of a fashion school for the kids in the community.
Okay.
Trying to get them to just know that fashion is a good thing to go into after the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So name 3 strong points that Zbowz of Memphis, name 3 things that you would, if I was to come look for Zbowz of Memphis fashion, what are 3 things that you would want people to take away from your organization, your business, and what you would bring to them?
Well, first of all, confidence.
Okay.
That's the thing. In order to do anything, you got to have confidence. You have to be patient, number 2. And then the third thing, you just have to not give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not give up, not being a quitter, but being a winner.
Right.
Well, Zach, tell us, tell the viewers, if they want to really reach out to Zbowz Memphis Fashion, want to reach out to your organization, how will they get a hold of you? I mean, I know you because I've been knowing you for some years, but how does a person who wants to just change their look, their brand, they got confidence now, they feel like, hey, you know what, I just want to step out of something, totally different than what I've been doing. How do they get a hold of you?
Well, I am on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook. I am under. I have my own business page under Zbowz Fashion, and if you want to do my blog page, is Zbowz Memphis. And then personally, if you just want to get to personally know who I am, my Facebook page is Zachary Morrow. And then also I have an Instagram page, which is Zbowz_fashion, where that you can just click like, and all of my information is on there, how you can book any of my services, that is actually on there, as well as my website to all of the fabrics that I have. I have over 600 fabrics in my studio, my tailoring studio, which I just started this year. This is my 10th year of business also.
Okay, so I stand corrected. Well, did I say you've been doing this for 23 years?
I've been doing it for 23 years,
okay,
but I've been in the business.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure I clarify that, because so 23 years of doing fashion, but 10 years of Zbowz of fashion here in Memphis.
Right.
So anything big for 2021 coming up? I know you're talking about getting involved with the youth.
Right.
But is that part of that as well?
That's part of that later on, but I know
Okay.
every year I always have different events.
Okay.
And I know the first event I'm going to have is called the Green event, the Green Celebration event, where everything that I sell, I do have product that's on Instagram, everything is green. So you can purchase everything that I have is in my store is green.
All right. So when you tell someone to take those courses and continue the youth education coming up that way,
Right.
and like you, because you didn't go to school for that, did you?
No, I didn't go to school for that.
But you just learned the tricks of the trade to make it happen.
That is correct. I didn't
Wow.
get a chance, the opportunity to go to fashion school, but there is a fashion school out there that you can definitely go to. And now it's actually easier that you can actually do it online, your fashion classes, and still get a degree.
An aspiring fashion director, youth, model, what would you say to them that's coming up now, that's watching you? What would you tell someone that wants to get in the fashion industry or just want to be a designer, talking about being a designer? Zach, it's been a pleasure having you here on the show and having us down here just to kind of to talk and about fashion and some of the things that you're doing and what you plan on doing. We hope that you get an opportunity to check out Mr. Zbowz Memphis Fashions. Zachary Morrow is the founder and executive director of Zbowz Memphis Fashions. If you got any questions, you can definitely hit them up, and we'll put the handles on our at the end of the show here. You've been watching Straight Talk with Roger Hunt Unscripted.